Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the future of the water and wastewater industry and careers you didn't know about. This is take two, and you're never going to hear take one. So we have a new guest with us from the wastewater side of thing, Mr. Matthew Gatta from the town of Portland, WPCF. So he is with us. Thanks for coming up, Matthew.
Yeah, my pleasure.
All righty. So tell us how you got into the industry.
So back in high school, I was interested in math and science. So, I didn't really know what I wanted to do going into college, but I kind of did my general studies first and then picked a major in chemical engineering at UConn.
Okay.
Things weren't really going, the way I wanted them to, so I transferred over to Central Connecticut State University.
Okay.
And I got into biomolecular science, so I was learning a lot about, what goes on inside cells and all the energetics and stuff like that.
Okay.
And coming out of college, I got a job at a food lab.
Okay.
Kind of doing microbiology stuff, testing for different bacterias and stuff like that. And my mom's the tax collector here in Portland. So
yes, she is.
She saw a job opening and as a lab tech here, so
why not?
I just strolled on down to see what it was about, and it's a pretty good fit.
There you go. So as far as in relation to what your course of studies were at Central, so did that pretty much line up into what you're doing here?
Yeah, there's a lot of crossover.
Okay.
It's definitely, when I was going to school, not what I envisioned.
Okay.
But I can't complain.
So tell us what your day-to-day involves down at the plant.
So, I get in the morning and I go grab my samples for the day, set up shop, measure out all the liquids, and then I run them through filters, and I do various other tests, change the charts. I have to monitor, a number of different variables and make adjustments along the way.
So when you take your samples, is that from raw water, effluents, or?
Yep. So there's a sample and the influent
Yep.
I have to take. There's the primary effluent, so that's the first stage of the treatment.
Okay.
And then there's, it's called the mixed liquor
Yeah.
solution. That's what's being, the primary aeration treatment.
Sure. That's where you grow the bugs.
Yep. That's where all the bacteria eat all the poop.
Yep, that's for sure. That's for sure. So, when you do that now, I guess Portland is considered a tertiary plant, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So you got primary, secondary, and tertiary. So now, as far as disinfection, now you don't disinfect year round, do you?
Nope. So it is May through September.
Through
beginning of May. So those are like the recreational. It's a recreational season.
Mm-hmm.
Where the waters are being used primarily by boaters and
right
people swimming in the river.
And you discharge right into the river.
Yep.
Okay. So what's your effluent like going into the river? Pretty clean?
Yeah. There's standards that it has to meet, and so we do two times weekly coliform testing that we have to outsource to another lab. So they,
So are you guys using EML?
Yep, EML.
Yeah. Okay. Now, does Andy come over and take samples?
Yep.
He does. Okay. Known Andy a long time. He used to take all the water samples for the water department and bring over there and so forth. They're over in Wallingford. So anyway, so what do you like about doing it? As far as if you're if you're giving advice to students looking at getting into the water or wastewater industry, what would you say?
If you're looking to make a difference in helping the environment,
yep,
it's it's an important job because without it, you're just discharging disgusting water that's not good for the wildlife. It's obviously not safe for people to swim in.
Correct.
So, you have a sense of purpose in that regard.
Sure. Now, I know you would you have considered a job in the wastewater industry if it wouldn't have been for your mom recommending it?
I would not have even known to look.
Okay. See, this is the prime purpose in all of the careers podcasts that I've done. Okay. 85 to 95% of them, okay, are people that got into the industry by, knew somebody, or they had a relative that, hey, there's this job available, or whatever. But it's not something that, kids going out of college or going out of high school into college say, I'm looking at maybe getting into the, the wastewater industry. So, that's something we're trying to change, and make, because, to be honest, both water and wastewater, these careers are, very stable careers. They're lucrative careers. You can make some good money. And it's something that can't be outsourced. You can't. You can't outsource this to the Middle East.
Right.
You need some boots on the ground to do exactly what you're doing, as far as that goes. So tell us, what the plant involves. I know there's 3 of you guys down there. So what's that plant maintenance involved?
So what do you mean exactly? Like,
well, you've got you got your wastewater operator, I think Jim, and then you also have Kevin down there, correct?
Right. Yeah. So Kevin. Jim takes over, the whole operation. He's managing like the financial aspects of things.
Yeah.
Working with contractors and the director of public works to get projects done.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin is also, we all kind of chip in.
Yeah.
And we work on pump maintenance and cleaning up things around the plant.
Right.
We all take care of the lawn there. We all do the plowing.
Yeah. Now, you guys are doing some upgrades on that, correct? So what are the upgrades going to be entailing down there?
So right now there is a contracting company that is upgrading the secondary clarifier.
Okay.
So as of up until this point, we have been 3 times a week hosing down the weirs.
Yeah.
Which is what the water runs over.
And that goes out into the river from there.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So, you have to have those weirs clean.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'll just be dragging particles.
So what is the upgrade? What are the contractors doing in that point?
Well, they're sanding down the cement.
Oh, okay. All right.
And they're, they sent out a bunch of machinery.
Yep.
And then they're going to get back, upgraded machinery, and instead of us hosing down the weirs, now there's going to be a brush that is constantly scraping the edge.
Oh, okay. All right. So
that's
it's going
cleaning
to help with the maintenance on it.
Right.
For the daily maintenance. So yeah. Well, that's good. As far as that goes, the other thing that, we have to be cognizant of is obviously regulations are constantly changing. The action levels as far as that goes. How have you noticed that the action levels have changed since you've been? How long have you been working there, by the way?
It'll be about 2.5 years.
Okay, all right. So have you noticed a significant change in any of the action levels that from when you started?
I've noticed. So going into, I'm not sure when it's going to go into effect, but the state DEEP is implementing. They're changing up the regulations. For example, we have to do 2 BODs a week.
Okay.
They're pushing that down to 1, but we haven't been doing CODs, and now they want to add 1.
Okay.
Monthly.
So, explain to our listeners what BOD and COD are.
So a BOD is basically measuring the amount of oxygen depletion in the water, which gives you an insight to, how much bacteria is in the water consuming oxygen and food. So, if you have a high BOD, then there's a lot of bacterial activity going on in there.
Yeah.
So, for your effluent BOD, you want to have that thing close to 1 or 0.
Yeah.
So, we have regulations. I'm not sure. I think it's 15 or 30 BOD. There's limits that you can't exceed.
Right. So yeah, and again, that's on the water side too. There's all the new regulations are coming out now. Are you guys testing for PFAS?
We are not. I'm not in house.
Okay.
We may be sending that to EML.
Okay, because that EML, I'm sure they're testing. That's one of the big things that PFAS is being tested in the wastewater stream and so forth. Now, have you guys tested for COVID in the wastewater stream?
We have not.
Okay, because that's something that's also
right.
Been prevalent. Okay, since the whole pandemic.
I would assume that that's probably something that's going on more in like larger wastewater, cities.
Right.
To track.
Yeah, I know. We had Tom Tyler on, who's the head of the MDC wastewater side up there, and they were testing for COVID and PFAS, the whole 9 yards, as far as that goes. Well, we are as far as in relation to water, we buy a lot of our water from MDC. So, fortunately, MDC's water is primarily a surface water supply. So, they're pretty good with PFAS. PFAS is more prevalent in ground, bedrock wells.
Yeah.
As far as that goes. So, that's good. So, anyway, well, great. So, on a personal side, what do you do? I understand you just got married.
Yep.
Okay. So, how does that go?
It's going. I mean, it's not much of a change, really.
Okay.
We've already been living together, so.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So, where did you go on your honeymoon?
We went on a cruise.
Nice. Whereabouts?
To the Caribbean.
Oh, okay.
So hit some islands.
Oh, okay.
October is probably not the best time to do it. We didn't have the best weather, but.
Okay. Well, you were away.
We still had a good time, yeah.
That's all that counts. That's all that counts. So, obviously, my interest is a lot of my background is in the musical genre and so forth. So, what are your favorite groups or favorite albums that you listen to?
I haven't really been listening to much newer stuff nowadays, but I'm big on classic rock. I like Def Leppard.
Oh, okay.
Van Halen, Metallica.
Sure. Yep.
And then I listen to some hip hop stuff.
Okay.
As well.
Nice. Have you gone to any concerts? What was the first concert you went to?
Ooh. I haven't been to many concerts, really.
Okay.
The first one might have been, I want to say Logic.
Okay.
He's a rapper.
Okay. Nice. And so, if you were stuck on a desert island, what would your desert island food be?
It's got to be Italian food.
Italian food. There you go. All right. Mom would be proud of you.
Yeah.
Naturally, you get to that point. But that's great. Well, look, thank you for coming down, Matt. I appreciate it. And again, we try to get this out and get this distributed to all the guidance counselors. So, high school students, getting on and moving into their college career and so forth. Now, is this a career that you would definitely need a college degree for, or you would not, or what do you think?
So it definitely helps because there are prerequisite class or credits that you need, like microbiome for one.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of other science and math stuff.
Okay.
But that's not, it's hard for me to say because I went to college and, just was able to just jump right in.
Sure.
But, there's ways that you can just take particular classes and not have to go to college to get into this field.
Now, did you get your operator certification?
Yes.
So you're what, wastewater 2?
1. I'm working on 2 now.
Working on 2. Okay. So anyway. Yeah, because I think Jimmy's 2, right?
Yeah, he's either 3 or 4. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
did Kevin get his license?
He's working on 3.
Oh, okay, nice. So, well, that's good. Well, that's the thing. Once you get your certifications, you move up the ladder. Obviously, when you get into the bigger plants, you need the higher degree of certification. Wastewater 4. And so forth, but that's great. So, all right.
The town provides all the information and books and study material that you need. So
sure. Now, did you do the Sacramento course?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's all online.
Yep. Just do that.
Not too difficult.
No, just
got to put the time in.
It's like anything else. You got to show up and do the time.
Yep.
As far as that goes. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes this episode of the future of the water and wastewater industry, the careers you didn't know about. And Mr. Matthew Gatta was in the house from the Portland wastewater plant. So, Matt, thanks for coming down and sharing your expertise and with our students and our listeners. So, thank you again, and we will see you on the next episode.